Namaste everybody and welcome. What I like to call possibly our first installment of Conversations in Nature. One of the most important things for how I approach the notion of well-being in my personal life is trying to spend as much possible time in nature as I can. And furthermore, one of the things that I like to incorporate into my time in nature is very simple meditative practices. And one of the simplest things that we can do to create a little bit more awareness and mindfulness within our everyday life is to try to slow down and cultivate a sense of stillness in different activities that we're doing. So one of the most simple things that I like to do from time to time is literally go out into nature and to sit. And a very simple activity that we can participate in is to simply listen and furthermore to see what's going on around us. Now, I happen to have one of my favorite locations within a canyon that has a really large old tree, and I like to from time to time just come and sit by the tree and just listen to the wind, listen to the birds, listen to the different noises that might come into my sensory apparatus, and just focus my attention on some of those noises. And just noticing how I react to some of those noises and how it's affecting literally my nervous system. I'm not literally thinking about how this is affecting my nervous system, but I'm just noticing, is this making me feel a little bit calmer, or am I starting to think about a lot of different things that I'm having to do on a day-to-day basis? And I might spend only a couple of minutes, or maybe I spend a little bit more time, 15, 20 minutes, literally sitting, hearing, and seeing, and trying to really find center during that time and space. And so what I mean by conversations in nature is, what am I literally going through in my mind when I try to cultivate a space and place of stillness in my life? So when I literally come into a place of seatedness, what certain thought starts to come up, and what is the relationship to those thoughts and how I'm reacting or acting in relationship to some of those tendencies with our thoughts that are arriving in those spaces and places of stillness. So for this activity, all we're going to do is sit, listen, and see. So if you have a favorite place within nature or somewhere close by, or maybe indoors, a place that really allows you to feel at ease, comfortable, and also safe, see if you can find a place where you can just sit for maybe only just 2-3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes if that's appropriate for your schedule, and just see what comes to mind. Notice what you can hear, notice what you can see, and then try to breathe into that space. So in this space that I like to come to when I have time, I literally will just sit and I will do just that. I take my hands, I maybe place them in my lap, I maybe place my palms on my knees, whatever it might be. Sometimes I might keep my eyes open, sometimes I might close my eyes. And I'm just going to breathe into the space around me. I'm noticing my inhalation. I'm noticing my exhalation. And I'm not trying to do anything that's overly active. I'm just recognizing what's taking place within the moment and attempting to find a place of stillness within that moment. Just allowing the breath to come to me, the noises to come to my attention, And just noticing also, once you find the attention starting to drift onto certain thoughts, just using those more natural elements, the wind, maybe the sun when it hits your face, the body, the noises of the birds or whomever, whatever is around you, just to refocus and realign the attention on that space and place of stillness, maybe physically in the body. And one further thing to note is that spending time in nature really allows us to be at ease within both the physical body but also the emotional body. The natural elements have a tendency to calm the nervous system, to feel the feet on the ground or the body on the ground or in amongst the trees, if you have trees available to you. It's a great way of just finding a sense of ease within what is natural within your environment, and also cultivating a relationship to that natural environment. It's a great little practice that we might all try to facilitate within our wellness routines. If sitting is a really challenging thing for you to do, sometimes also it's really nice to just walk really slowly. It's not supposed to be a physical activity in any way. Again, we're just refocusing, reattuning the tension so that we are calming the nervous system, learning how to breathe and allowing the inhale and the exhale to really allow us to fall into the moment that is available to us. And sometimes also walking really slowly within a natural environment can also have a similar effect, especially if sitting is not necessarily appropriate for you, and especially if sitting on the ground is somewhat challenging. Just walking very gently, and it doesn't need to be long. So this is our first installment of conversations and meditations in nature. This is a little insight into my favorite place to go and do that around a really old tree in a canyon that I frequently hike in. So I hope that that was helpful, and just remembering just simple tools such as being in nature, grounding the feet, and just experiencing the elements can sometimes be very beneficial for our wellness and lifestyle practices. And it's also just a great way of separating ourselves from the technology that we are frequently using and having to work from. Take care, everybody, and I will see you very soon. Namaste.